whom I'm going to introduce. I don't know, they gave me a note, but I know pretty well. She's a good friend of mine for the last 7 years. And I see her, what all Diana Murthy has told. She's a person with living proof. She was a great daughter, took her dad's business to the next level. And I see her kids very successful. She's a great mom. And I see Jo, she's a great partner. And they work together. Yeah. And she trained, as a woman, I want you to train your kids, your husband, your father, your brother. That's more important, not just listening to their ideas. I want you to train them. So that's how the world can be a better place, not just following the orders. You need to train your family within your home, train your kids from the day one, train your husband. So you need to say no. That's how they will learn how they need to respect an outside world. So here, the lady has trained the entire Southlake. She is our mayor. Mayor Lara Hill is the first woman mayor in the history of Southlake, Texas. Mayor Hill's commitment to communication, transparency, and has been hallmark to her time in office. She is also a philanthropist who is dedicated to enrich the community and its residents. Mayor Hill founded SPARK, Student and Parents Against Risk to Kids, an organization that provides education, information, and support for Southlake parents and students. She also co-founded SASO, Scholars and Athletes Serving Others, which coordinates opportunities for Southlake mothers and their teenage children to participate in philanthropy and community service. I would like to invite, it's my honor to invite Mayor Hill. As soon as I talked to Swati about this, the whole process, we were planning who to invite, what to do. This as just an idea and it has become to a reality now. Thank you, Swati, amazing job. It's only took 1 month, the whole process you put it together. Thank you. I was working with Sheila for almost 15 years. But since she's a woman, I never took advantage of being a friend and taking any discount. But going forward, I will take some of discount.
I graduated from high school in 1975. And I went into the workforce in 1979. So I have seen a lot of change. It is very difficult to re-enter the workforce. I've done it. I've done it a couple of times. It's extremely hard. Women, we have a lot on our plates, don't we? But there really is no such thing as superwoman. Now, I look at myself in the mirror some days and I'm like, yeah, I'm looking pretty good. I feel like superwoman. But then I look at the list on my calendar of things I have to do and where the children have to be and where the husband needs to be. And it can be a little overwhelming. I just am so impressed with the concept of She Jobs, of helping women re-enter the workforce. It's not only a frightening time in their life, but it's also a frightening time for their family. And to have that kind of support, you really can't put any price tag on that. For women in the workplace looking to advance or looking to rejoin with new skills, it's important that we enter with confidence in the task ahead and ready to take on whatever those new challenges may be. There has always been the need for women in the workforce at every level of responsibility and at every level of leadership. I'm going to take you back real quickly to my first job out of college, 1979. I wanted to go to the Culinary Institute and learn to be a chef. My father literally had heart failure. No way, you go get a real job. He said he would not walk me down the aisle at graduation. I went to an all-woman school. He would not walk me down the aisle if I didn't have a good job. So I decided I would go get a job in the hotel industry. Since I wasn't going to be cooking, I'd be a manager. I went to work for a very large and prestigious hotel chain. And my first job, I walked in, 30 managers in this hotel, thousands of rooms, 30 managers, 29 men, 1 woman. Me. And guess what job I got right out of college? I was the manager of their 24-hour coffee shop. So I worked the graveyard shift. I bussed tables, I mopped dirty floors, I buttered toast, I seated people late at night who'd had way too much to drink. But I learned something incredible about leadership in that job. I learned to value every single person and what they bring to the table. There is no such thing as a successful team. There is only a leader that raises the team up so that everyone shares in the success. Well, I learned very quickly that that was obviously the job that no one in the company wanted, all 50 states. So I worked extra hard. I valued my people lifted me up. And for 14 years after that, I had an incredible career with a great hotel chain, and I was able to work all over the world. I think one of the keys to effective management and leadership is to unlock other people's potential by making them feel valuable. So 14 years later, great career, I left the hotel business. Did I get bored? No. My father came a-calling. My father had started a business here in Texas, and I was the oldest child, and I was told that I needed to come help the family business. I remember crying when I opened my first paycheck from my father. Parents don't pay that well. It was a bad day. I said, Dad, I've been in the hotel industry for 14 years and you're paying me this? He says, you don't know anything about this business. And you know what? He was right. I walked into a company just like you walk back into a business after you've been off for maternity leave or maybe family issues, caring for elderly parents. I walked into a situation where no one wanted me there. Not only did I not understand the industry, we were publishers, I didn't even know the words they were using, but no one wanted me there. I was the boss's daughter. People didn't talk to me for 6 months, but I paid attention those 6 months and I learned and I used what I had done in the hotel industry. I watched what every person did. I watched to see what their skill set was, and then I showed them how I valued what they did. Now I run the company, yay, and my employees love to talk to me, so it all worked out really, really well. So to each of you, as you rejoin the workforce or change industries, you will have moments of doubt. Being well prepared is key. She Jobs fills that gap, making sure you are trained, not just in skills, but in confidence. There are so many amazing job opportunities today in the workforce because it's constantly evolving. And having an organization that can build those relationships with many of the people we met today and match them with well-prepared employees is such an incredible concept. One of the things, and it was alluded to already this evening, one of the things I often see in women is their lack of self-confidence when it comes to going after a promotion or that next better opportunity. We women are planners, and we won't often jump out for that next big position until we are positive, 100%, that we are ready for it and that we have the skills. I gotta tell you something. I should have been the first mayor of Southlake, Texas 12 years ago. But I was the first woman 6 years ago. Why? Because I wasted so much time trying to get the nerve to run for mayor. I talked to every girlfriend, I talked to all my friends' parents, I talked to my parents. It took me so long to make a decision. The next thing you know, I get a phone call from a gentleman, and he says, I'm running for mayor. I need you to support me. He didn't even give me a chance to say I wanted to run. So he ran, he won. I served on council with him for 6 years, but I was ready the next time. Leadership in government works very much like leadership in the private sector. Being mayor is a lot like running a business. Valuing the diversity of your citizens, building relationships and giving people a voice. Rather than dealing with employees, you are dealing with a diverse population with changing priorities as time changes. Your business owners, your developers, your staff members. So how does my style of business leadership fit with my political position of mayor? Well, to be an effective leader, you have to be authentic, first and foremost. Gone are the days of big flowery speeches and pictures with babies. People want to know what you're going to do. And they want to know when you're going to do it and how you're going to do it, and they want you to take them along as you do it. The economic realities of our country and our region and our state dictate many of the decisions being made in all of our cities today. We worry about retail development becoming oversaturated, long-term success of companies, and bringing value to our community. Many of the same concerns that every company faces. So my advice to you, no matter what I'm working on, I include the smartest people I can find. I take advantage of the wealth of successful business and civic leaders in my community and in my industry. I'm always willing to pick up the phone and ask for advice. I capitalize on my strengths and I sidestep my weaknesses, and I'm good at it. As the mayor, I also meet with my constituents every day. It can be a formal city meetings, casual events, talking in Tom Thumb, but my point is picture your work environment as if it's your own city. Know who you work with and respect everyone you come in contact with. Tap into their strengths. And look at the community you live in, whether it's in the office or out of the office, as a resource. Look at the people in this room. Look at the depth of resources just here today. Let me tell you one other thing that has made a difference for me. I am 100% reliable. And everyone in this room, if you can't do anything else, you can be 100% reliable. I return every phone call. I do what I say I'm going to do. I show up on time and I show up prepared. It works in city government, it works in my company, and it works at all the companies and with all the people that you heard speak here today. I believe that leadership is a human quality, not a male or a female quality. But I do think that now is the time for women to pull their seats up to the table, demanding to be part of substantive change. I think we have so many challenges now, as well as opportunities in our communities, our companies, and in our country, that we need more well-trained and well-prepared employees from all backgrounds, so that today's businesses reflect the customers that they reach. Sometimes you just have to make a choice to lead. I will say that women in particular have a natural talent for seeing a job that isn't getting done, and rather than turning their back, they jump in and they do it. It's that easy ability we all have to pull people together when there is a task that has to be done. We all know what it's like in the classroom with PTO moms, right? Those women rule the world. But it always comes down to a choice to lead. Women need to take a chance. Have confidence in yourself. Put yourself out there. Demand your seat at the table. Thank you.